can
Sweet,
walk
he's all
through it
wrapped
now.
up, and I'm just like, yeah, I just like vault over the snake. I'm like, good work, guys! Like vault over the snake druid.
Trustworthy companion,
Lich,
Zach is saying.
lich combo. Hey, I've got the key. Okay, this has to get in the pond, or the druid's dead.
Yeah,
So,
there's a pond
you know,
immediately
there's
outside.
there's a pond
Yeah.
immediately outside.
Right.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah. I just like I just like call back to as I'm running. I'm like, he just said in the pond, right?
He's a snake, so he can't answer you.
yeah.
I'm just like,
I'm like, I'm pretty sure it was the pond or lake. And I'm trying to like extricate myself from this sword to like follow out behind.
I don't even know if this was the. I know it's supposed to be a pond somewhere. I wasn't really listening to which pond
Yeah,
it's
no,
supposed
it's
to be.
you
But
should see it. It's directly outside the door.
It's
There's
there.
like
Okay.
a
I did
pond.
say it was the one right outside the
yeah,
castle.
I just like I'm not messing this up. I jump into the pond like holding the key.
You before you do, you should know that the pond empties over the side of the city.
Yeah, so I will.
Sounds like
Do
a
I have
situation.
time to run up and like jump?
You still
and,
have to pull yourself off the
Okay.
sword, friend.
That's you
Yeah.
know what. So how
Easy.
quickly? I mean, it's still a pond, right? It's already it empties quite slowly. So that
Yeah,
sounds like a
it's,
situation.
you know, it's like less than a mile an hour empty.
That sounds like a situation I can deal with when it becomes a situation.
Okay, yeah,
I
you
jump.
dive down into the pond.
Yeah.
I want to be like, and there's a basilisk down there, but
There's
no.
like a crocodile in the pond.
It sounds like you're trying to pull yourself off the sword, Rad. Would you agree that this would be Constitution to be like, I will never surrender?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely a Constitution check.
If you take
which
our
I will
lives,
make
they will
now.
never take our freedom.
You may take our souls.
Bolt
but you
our
can
full
never
dragon.
take
I
our
will
lives.
never
serve
serve
you.
you.
Okay. I believe I have to offer you a hard bargain. Well, I think you can pull yourself off, but if
you
you
leave your
do,
liver
you're going to
behind.
take some damage.
Oh,
Or you
come
can just
on.
stay on where you're nice and secure. You know, the blade is holding in all the gushing insides that you would be bleeding out if you were to pull yourself off it. As long as you're there, even though he's waving you around, he's not really jiggling it that much. So yeah,
Yeah, well, that's not a resource I can afford right now.
Well, what would you
Yeah.
like to do? Risk
yeah.
death again, or
He's busy right now. He's got a dead drop to attend.
have you dropped the key in the pond? or
Yeah,
are you
like as
swimming
soon
with
as
it?
I got it. No, I'm like swimming for the bottom to like place the key at the bottom of the pond. I
Okay,
don't want this
so
to like
I
I'm saying like
think
drift
that-
over the edge or anything.
Yeah, like as you're letting the key go, it starts drifting in like the pond water. Like even if you put it down on the bottom, it
Yeah, like,
immediately
yeah.
gets picked up by
There's
the
like a current in here. Yeah.
Yep. And
What about the sand?
all time stops for you, everybody except Piper. And you see Death just show up from the black doors. The black doors just open up in the middle of like open space, and Death is like, "Our bargain is complete. Your soul will remain intact for now." And then he floats backwards.
Can you deal with this guy? No.
It's just like this awkward situation where like
He's
you're just
just
like a
like,
snake. As he's saying this,
"No."
a snake wrapped around a lich.
And then time snaps back into normal. Yeah, so I think you're up, Piper. Like you can see Rad struggling with the blade, and he's.
I
not
like
going
go to pull
anywhere.
it out, and I'm like, oh no, that's not a good idea. We're not gonna do that.
He wants his liver to remain where it is.
I spend another hold to sort of to keep constricting, but to shift my position so that I can get his arm down. If I can try that.
So I can slide gently
Yeah,
off.
yeah, okay. Yep, you keep the constriction, and you're forcing the lich's arm down to like let him go.
Yeah.
And at the same time, Julius Caesar is like, if you surrender now, perhaps you will not die immediately. You may only serve prison sentences with a lifetime. If you flee, however, justice has no expiration date. I will chase you.
Have you never heard of statute of limitations, bro?
No, that's a good line.
Murder
Justice
has
has
no expiration
Julius
date.
Caesar meets fucking Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
It's fucking RoboCop up in here.
Okay, Rad, you're closer to the ground now. I feel like it would be appropriate for you to like remake that check or some different move if you'd like now.
Yeah, like I will try to just wrench the sword from the guy's hand.
Okay.
So
Right?
it's still inside you.
Yeah, but it goes back to his hand.
Yep.
Only if it's
So
not
yeah,
Only
so
when
I
you
throw
pulled it out. It's as long as you can disarm him as long as you keep the sword inside yourself.
Yeah, so I have to like very carefully like keep the sword from moving on my end and pull it out of his hand. So it's gonna be very tricky.
It's very
How do you want to do
complicated.
this? You tell me how you think it might go down.
So yeah, I like am able to like get a foot down on the ground, so then I can like grab onto the handle of the sword, like part that he doesn't have a hold on, and try to just like rip it away from his fingers. And I'm assuming at that point that it will either just disappear and reappear in his hand, or I can just run away with it inside my body.
How do you want to roll with it? Yeah. When you wrench it away, it does disappear and reappear in his hand.
Yes.
Yep. And I think
and-
your wounds probably seal in the process with the sucking noise, like.
And I'm like, I'm just like, okay, now, come on, we've got to run, Piper. And I'm like, what? One more transformation, and we can get out of here. And I'm gonna like stand near the doorway to make sure that Piper can get out.
I motion you to just run away, and I'll try to deal with it myself. Like
Okay,
I
run.
can't say these things, but I just motion with my head for you to run away.
Yeah, you just do PC talk where you do hand symbols using your snake body.
Blink language. I run out.
I have a head. I can.
In book terminology, it would be you give each other significant glances.
Arthur, can I? I've got another ritual to propose.
Okay, let's do it.
I want to know what is going. No, actually, that'd be. I had a clever idea, but it would actually be a ridiculous complicated. Okay, what would be a ritual that would allow someone to fall very slowly?
The best you can do is a lesser version, unreliable and limited.
Okay.
And you'll have to disenchant that staff in order to do it.
Can I give you an idea of the jankier way to do it?
No,
The
I
janky way it
think
works?
this one is good, right? Because the staff is
No, I
actually
mean
made
how
from
it
a
Yeah,
dragon's
I'll
claw.
Because you said it doesn't. Oh, you're not picking the worst version.
No,
Or
you
is it
can.
all
It's
the-
both. These are both. These
Yeah.
both apply. Up to 4 things can
I
apply.
just think it'd be funny if it was like, yeah, sometimes you fall slower, so we won't know if we're gonna be like falling slower or not when we
Oh
hit
no,
the
no, he
ground.
only said for him.
Yeah.
He didn't say for a group.
Look, okay,
Well, I can
guys.
catch on to him.
I know we're all friends and stuff, and I know you got to win the World Martial Arts tournament. But that's just like the long run of this party is just a get rich quick plan for me. And realistically, I have no intention of getting stabbed or imprisoned. Yeah, I'll disenchant the staff in a magical ritual and leap from Stratford down towards Avon.
So what happens is you like disenchant the staff and the claws begin to crumble and you gain a pair of leathery wings that are only good for gliding.
Perfect. I'll just glide down towards Avon.
You're like 3,000 feet in the air now. All right, Piper, Rad, Zacchus literally just fucked off
Okay, yeah.
while
I'm,
explaining
like,
his
running
fuck
towards him.
offery to you.
Yeah.
Look,
I'm like
okay.
running towards him, and then it's like, like the wings, and he's just like. I'm
Look,
like,
okay,
ooh.
I saved Piper's soul, and that's my good deed for the day. I'm not even supposed to do good deeds.
Yeah, I'm looking for any way to escape.
Well,
off the
yeah, you
island.
guys
Like,
came up
is
here.
there like a small
There is a number of airships here, and there's air trolleys in the city proper.
Now,
There's also griffin riders, probably off towards the barracks that's nearby. You could like steal the griffin if you could gain its trust.
Oh my god, this is great.
12.
It's not like they low-jack the griffins.
Yeah.
now, my shapeshifter
don't-
ability says I may take on the physical form of any species. Which,
Including bacteria.
but what if I turn into like a gigantic pile of moss and we jump off and I get Rad to land on me?
No. You could just turn into a rock, a gigantic bird, and carry him.
All right,
So I'm like running around, looking hither and
do that.
thither.
let's roll 2d6 plus 2 to turn into a rock. 10. I nailed it.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. Julius Caesar is gonna make one final attack,
God, no.
probably on Piper as you're like picking Rad up and carrying him.
Oh, it's
over the
definitely on
side.
me because I gave
Yeah.
Brad enough time to get further
Yeah.
out.
So I think he like throws his sword, and it's like. So how do you want to like deal with this sword coming towards you? And it also looks like it's seeking you a little bit, like it's tracking your movement as you fly.
Sort of like when I'm flying up and then I sort of dive.
So you're using evasive maneuvering.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Make a dexterity.
So,
He
I can't just-
fires off his chaff. Fucking.
I would have accepted that for like an int roll. Yeah. I'd fire off my magical chaff.
Takes a shit, just like takes a shit, and the heat of the sword just follows it.
All right, so I do an 8.
Okay, so you stumble, hesitate, or flinch. Rad, I'm gonna offer a scenario here. You can tell me no, in which case I'll have to come up with something else. I think that you've probably like run and jumped over the side, expecting Piper to come after you.
I like saw the rock, and I'm like, okay, plan is made.
So, I mean, you've done the math in your head, Piper. There's no way, if you don't let this sword hit you right now, like if you have to evasive maneuver in any way, you're never going to catch him before he hits the ground. Like, it's physically impossible for two falling objects for one to be like, I'm going to fall slightly faster than the other. So, you can let the sword hit you now, and you'll be able to catch Rad before he gets splatted. Or, you can dodge the sword, and Rad's in for a 3,000-foot free fall.
How much hit points do you have? Is one?
Hold on. I can absolutely fall faster than him if he's spread out and I'm nosediving. I'm falling faster than he is.
Yeah, but no, I think it's more a case of like you could, but you won't, like, because obviously you'll have to catch him. But if you dodge, you won't be able to catch him. He'll be too far gone for you to catch him in this situation.
I know it doesn't physically make sense,
Fair
but
enough.
we're doing like thematic.
Oh, God. Okay.
So
There'd be a scene where like you're trying to catch
do you
up
only
to
have
him.
1 HP?
No, I have 8.
Okay, so this
okay,
is a
so
new
it's-
encounter, right? Do I have my reroll again?
Yeah, it's a
From
different.
when was the last time you used it?
In the throne room.
Yeah, it's a new encounter.
Yeah.
So the D10 plus 3, you need a 4 or lower. A D10 a D10 4 with disadvantage 4 or
lucky.
lower. Quote unquote. Oh god, that's
Yeah.
a
God.
Do you?
Okay, so
shit.
reroll that. Get another chance.
Please, Jesus.
This is the most badass escape in history as you all leap off of a fucking flying castle and the Lich is up there and he's just like, I'll never let you escape! Justice has no expiration date! And there's like Griffin Riders, but they're all like, they're probably like drinking in a bar and he like stumbles in there, but by the time he gets there, you've all hit the ground already.
Yeah. I'm like, as they're like coming next to me, the rock like flies. I'm like, oh, I knew you guys would make it.
We just fly into the sunset.
I feel like this would actually be a really cool place to end it.
Yeah.
If we want to
cool.
do end of session stuff.
I'm cool
Shame
with
this is a
that.
one-shot. I'd love to continue this story.
Yeah, I mean, so, how are you guys for... It's Thursday, right? No, it's Friday. Shit. How are you guys for Thursday nights?
I know. Let's see.
Because I know that we're starting a regular game with Dave by the 25th. So, I mean, next Friday, do I also have a game then? No. Let me ask, how are you guys for next Friday then, for the 18th?
Yeah. I mean, I'd love to play again. I think I can.
Yeah.
Chris?
I'm
I
down.
know.
I mean,
Chris is
if-
busy
Mm.
man. I know that.
If Meryl, whoever the fuck you are, Meryl,
James.
isn't oh, is it James? Okay.
If James comes back, he can just join the party.
Yeah. No, I'd be down for next
Just
Friday.
be a newcomer.
Like
All right.
same
cool.
time, right? So
Yeah.
similar time.
Yeah,
I'd be
it'll
around
be
for that.
8 p.m. Eastern Daylight or whatever. So,
Yeah.
okay. I think the final scene is Julius Caesar going to the throne room and, like, using, like, a spell to, like, lift the shattered Zweihander off the king and, like, lift his broken body over the side. He, like, sits down and he says, Well, it seems that this kingdom needs a new ruler. I declare myself Emperor Julius Caesar. Disband the Senate immediately.
First of the Empire and last of the Republicans.
Bravo, my good man.
And the
First
guard
act.
captain, Julius Caesar is guard captain Macbeth.
Yeah. This is end of first act.
I gotta keep an eye on that guard captain, guys. You can't be any kind of king or emperor around a guy called fucking Macbeth. Just like every act ends with like a new underling, kind of like the ladder shifts up, like a new underling assumes the throne. Oh no, it's
Admiral
great.
Piet.
It's great.
Admiral Piet. Yeah, that's one of my favorite scenes too. You failed me for the last time, Ozzel.
This game was pretty legit, though. I enjoyed this.
All right. Well, with so many people who played Dungeon World before, I was kind of like, oh shit, I can't fuck this up at all. Everyone's going to be like, wait, no, that's not how it works.
There isn't. The thing about Dungeon World is there is no. That's how it works.
All right.
Yeah, yes, and roll. It's fine.
So, end of session. Do you guys feel like you resolved any of your bonds?
We didn't win any martial arts tournaments or learn sloth, tiger, food
Yeah.
with a bit of bear. So no, I've got nothing resolved bond wise. I didn't even do anything evil. I didn't use magic to cause terror or fear at any point. So
I
Yeah,
don't
so
know
you
that
still
that's-
smell
Actually,
like
I
freedom.
sworn to protect Piper, but I didn't at the end. I like went to go try to like make sure she could get out.
Piper
and she
protected
told
you.
me to leave.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think that's any more relevant. But the other one is Zacchus owes me their life, whether they admit it or not. Still.
No, I still refuse to admit that I owe
Yeah.
you my life.
So do you guys agree that I can't really say that I've sworn
Yeah,
to protect Piper anymore?
I agree.
Yeah.
All right,
Uh-huh.
resolve it for 1 XP point.
Nice.
Piper,
Yeah, you failed and you're swearing to protect Piper.
you feel like you've resolved any of yours?
Zacchus still smells more like prey than hunter.
Especially if they're jumping off the side.
I don't really. I haven't
Is that how
really.
you found him when he was floating down over the clouds? You're like, smells like...
Pray.
Yeah.
And
And Zacchus is like, smells like a swamp up here.
and I haven't shown tiger sloth food to
Yeah.
Brad over
Okay.
here, so I can't really resolve that yet.
It's okay.
Alright.
I failed a bunch, guys. I did garner 5 experience this session.
It's pretty good. I think I got
Yeah, I
4.
barely failed at all. I got 1 XP.
Yeah.
Did
Like,
anyone...
I lost both my spells like early on. After that, was just threatening people with a staff.
Staff you can no longer use. Did anyone complete their alignment?
Defeat a worthy foe. I think that the guy that was the first guy I
The
fought,
emissary.
he was pretty worthy. I think he could have
Yeah.
taken us down.
Yep, I'll give you an XP. Anybody else?
Didn't inspire any terror or fear. I ran away. I got nothing.
Yeah, you tried a bunch of times.
you did try.
It just failed. That's the thing.
That's fine.
Hmm.
That's fine. I don't know complaints.
Would like dropping the sword on the king?
I
I'm
think
pretty sure killing the king counts as destroying a symbol of civilization.
Mark XP.
Mark XP.
I didn't.
Yeah, like out of
Yeah,
everybody
I
here, I'm
don't- I
pretty
don't-
sure yours is very straightforward. You definitely did it.
I don't think what I did to what I did to the knoll or whatever it was didn't.
Yeah, you didn't terrorize him.
Didn't terrorize him. I should have terrorized him.
I should
Oh well.
have terrorized.
Should have terrorized him.
Did we
No
learn
shots.
anything new and important about the world?
Yeah, I mean, when I play these one shots, like sometimes they do go into 2 shots. But yeah, we obviously on the first session, you always learn fucking infinite things about the world.
We learned that Julius Caesar is now the king of Stratford above Avon.
No,
Emperor.
no, he's the
Emperor. He's self-proclaimed
Emperor.
emperor,
Right.
which is actually most people don't know that yet. We'll be able to spread the word when we get down to the ground.
Did you overcome a notable monster enemy?
Well, he
Overcome.
escaped
Look,
one. Does
yeah, well,
that
yeah.
count?
I mean, he
Oh,
blocked,
that would be overcoming,
he,
yeah.
he
Yeah.
blocked the doorway, and we somehow
Got out.
squeezed past.
Did you loot a memorable treasure?
We
I didn't
immediately
get
got rid of the
anything.
key. I don't think. I don't think
I
so.
would have counted the key. If you say that, then yes.
You think so? But we immediately got rid of it.
You looted it.
Oh, we did loot it. You physically
Okay.
looted the thing, and then
Okay,
also they don't have it anymore.
I will point out you also looted the staff.
Yeah, which I also promptly got rid of.
Destroyed.
Do we all
Well,
get
you know,
experience
sometimes
for
you
the
just got to
key?
spend your resources to make resources.
Yeah.
Which levels me up.
But
Do we
you
all
have
get
to use the level up move in order to do that.
Okay,
Do we
so
all
I
get
have
experience for the loot?
Yes,
or...
you all get 3 experience for those last 3 questions.
Nice.
Sweet, that
So
actually
you
does
all
level.
get loot, monster, and information XP.
I'm at 6.
You need to make more rolls, so you fail more rolls, so Arthur does more bad
Well, it's
stuff.
not my
you
fault. I
level
kept
up.
getting like 10
Yeah,
to 12 on my shape-shifting.
It's funny though, because you're like, when that happens at the end of the session, you're like, oh, I didn't fail any rolls, so I didn't get XP. But you're like, but I also crushed everybody. Like,
Exactly. Like,
Good
I
enough.
literally turned from a fly to a bear and crushed 3 fucking gnolls.
totally worth.
That happened. That was the thing that had happened.
In among many things that had happened in this ridiculous campaign.
Yeah.
This was incredible, though. It was absolutely ridiculous.
I'll
but-
tell you, my original plan was just for you. I didn't know you guys were going to be evil, so my notes are literally these 3 things. There's a nation called Avon. It is a kingdom. There's a castle called Stratford that flies over it. There's a king called Lear with a sword of Damocles under it. He wants to kill a sorceress lich named Julius Caesar and send you off to do it. And finally, the campaign begins with you discovering the body of a dead guard, which I have cleverly disguised as a sleeping drunkard.
Wait, so
Yeah.
we could have? Oh damn! I thought for some reason I thought Julius Caesar was like the king's ultimate gatekeeper. We could have been
What? No,
friends
he
with him.
was in my original notes, but I
Okay.
have to keep changing things.
Okay,
Because you guys
okay.
are like,
I was gonna
actually,
say that's
we're
like-
evil and we're gonna kill the king and steal his stuff.
Julius
That's
Caesar
why
could
we're
have
here.
been
And I'm
like
like,
a-
I was gonna say
okay.
that's about 3 sentences too many of planning for the first session of a dungeon world. Like in the thing, it's literally all like it's like don't plan anything for the first session. Like, have you seen? Do you remember?
I
seeing
have,
that?
but I
Yeah.
literally
The
tell
PCs
that thing to fuck off.
We'll take a dump
Yeah,
on
it's
your
like-
plans like immediately.
I know, but it's good if I have these elements ready. I can
Yeah.
convert them like I did with Julius Caesar.
Yeah,
I
I
was
love-
like, oh,
yeah.
they need a similar civilization to destroy. I mean, I guess they
Yeah.
already have, but he's pretty much like the ultimate lawkeeper. Plus, he's got a pretty sweet sword, so if he dies, you guys get it.
Let me just recap this narrative quick.
Okay.
We killed the gnolls who were attacking the castle so that we could attack the castle.
Yeah, we just
And then we attacked the guy that the castle was going to tell us to attack.
But, like the only reason we had to attack the castle was that in the
We're
process
just
of killing
fighting.
in the process
everybody.
in the process of killing the gnolls, you died and Death made us promise that we would get the key for him. So that was why we ended up attacking the castle.
But we could have asked for it.
we probably could have.
Oh yeah, the king's just gonna be like, yeah, sure, have the key to
But
all my treasure.
we just need to.
I actually had that as an option. If you
Yeah.
guys, so
Parlay.
if you had done it, he was going to be like, "Well, you saved my castle. I will give you any boon you ask if you agree to fight the evil sorcerer Julius Caesar." But instead, you guys were like, "I want to cut that rope and kill the king," and I was like, "Okay, time to put some new plot elements in place."
I like this game because you can keep. I mean, sometimes it does swing into murder hobo territory quickly,
Yes.
but it doesn't. When it does so, it doesn't pull the story away so much as when you're playing some games and you like get into murder hobo status and you're just counting hit points. But yeah, I thought the storytelling of the fights of the murder hoboing was done
Like, it's just
excellently.
this idea that we're 3 people who just feel this need to fight absolutely everything. Like, that's just
Yep.
so
Yeah.
nice to me.
Sweet.
Awesome. Well, do we have any parting words here?
No. Thanks for running the game,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Arthur.
this was-
Those
Thanks
you
for
did a
coming,
great
guys.
job. I'm really excited about playing again on the 17th with you here on Twitch.
Yeah, it sounds like we're playing on the
TV/
17th and the 18th.
APGamingREAL. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tune in then.
So just remember, you can go to twitch.tv/Zircon5, twitch.tv/AuditionMD. I don't know that you're a Twitch streamer, Chris.
Chris,
No,
have you
I
been
ha- I
streaming Any D&D?
I streamed some D&D on Monday.
Oh,
Nice.
where would someone go to see that?
I'll just drop it in chat. If I just say Doctor
No,
Doolittle,
my
whenever
my
it
links.
gets-
No,
my,
no, it's-
my chat
it's-
will automatically delete it.
I'll just put a
Yeah.
I'll put a Twitch / I won't make an actual link.
It's Doctor Do a lot, right?
Twitch.tv
yeah.
/Dr. Do a lot. Wow.
That's the one. I've got an extensive archive of ridiculous VODs.
Yeah, that's
which
actually
I see
one of the-
person actually watches. But if you want to go check out some really stupid D&D with ridiculous
Sorry.
accents, oh yeah, Virgil's in a good number of those VODs.
Yeah.
Check that archive out if you've got nothing better to do.
It's good stuff.
Awesome.
If you'd enjoyed Virgil's accent in this show, just wait till you hear his Rastafarian accent in.
Oh, I
the
did.
other
That
one.
was that Rastafarian accent was why I invited Virgil to join my show.
Yeah, that's how I got on the show.
I was immediately like, I'm not sure about these other guys, but this Winston guy, I definitely want him
Winston's
on
the
my
best.
show. And look, he's even got his nice like Twitch and Twitter tag right there. I'm gonna call him up.
Yeah, just like that.
Yeah, just like that.
Awesome.
All right, guys, we'll be back next week on the 17th and 18th for more Dungeon World one-shots. Some with this party, some with